Hello, so this time we have a two handicap game that was won by white by a small margin, 2 points and a half instead of a big win because black managed to escape with a large group on the left side, meaning this one. So let's have a look. Nice idea to start with a 5-4 because this can always confuse the opponents when giving to handicap. Oh, black is playing the same kind of thing. So black was probably also experimenting some new ideas to go for outside influence. But actually this Kosumi looks like a misclick. Black can play the attach in the corner, r3, and this is the option to go territorial. White will hane, black pulls back, white can play the hanging connection, the tiger mouth to make I shape, then black extends for a base and white extends for a base. Also, white can play the two space jump to be faster developing the right side, especially being a handicap game. And then again, black can extend for a base on the bottom or just block the corner. But in this case, white will jump again to the right side. So this is a faster pace for white to fix the base on the right. Now, in the actual game, black played a shy move, this kind of Q3 approach. So white should block right away. It's very big to block r3 because like this white takes control of the entire corner and then white can invade at o3. That's the weak point for black's formation. So in this case, in order to protect against that kind of invasion, black should play a very tight extension, something like n3, which is over concentrated. Another option for black would be to play Kema and put pressure on the right side. Then, oh, I think I messed up the variation here. So white, black, yeah. Then white has to slide to keep the corner safe. And again, black needs some kind of extension on the bottom side. But of course, black has to play a loose extension. And this still leaves the key point of O3 to invade later on. White doesn't have to use it right away. Now black will go out, down, then white has to go out and run immediately. But that's the agi white can think about using pretty soon. Because the point is, when black covers, white can hane and link under. So that's the weak spot. That's why white should always block the corner at r3. If black plays just Kosumi, then white again Keima to fix the base, and again black has to come back. But the problem at o3 still remains. Anyway, right now white will play away. So playing this kind of jump, black can block the corner r3, and now we revert to the variation where black would start with r3, white plays the hane, black pulls back, and then white jumps. And in this case, if white plays the hane, black can block once, and again white extends to develop fast. But it's very, so black played a jump. It's very good for black to block the corner, because now black is building all the points in the corner like this, and white is outside the corner. And normally in a joseki, especially in this kind of joseki where white entered the corner and black blocks r3, it's like white and black is sharing the corners. So black is taking this kind of half of the corner and white is going for the other half of the corner. So whichever takes the entire corner has an advantage locally. So when black blocks the corner like this, wait. Oh, in this case white blocks the corner, so white takes pretty much the entire corner and black is outside of the corner. And in the other case, when white played away, black can block the corner like this, and then we have this situation. Black is taking control of the corner and white has to float a little bit on the outside. So this is something to remember. Whoever gets in the corner first has an advantage in joseki, because joseki means a fight for the corner where both white and black get a relatively even result. So many times the corner is shared. or sometimes when you take the corner entirely, your opponent takes the outside, or the other way around. So in the actual game, black flies out at p7. Good idea to split the bottom side, especially at k3, so white can extend both left and right. Now black should actually block on the third line, because like this, white is not going to slide. And anyway, for black it's more interesting to attack from g3. And now when white approaches n3, black induces the corner block and white extends again on the right side. This is better flow. If black plays m3, this tends to be a bit over concentrated for the right side. So this would be a classic Joseki. So black's move in the game, it's on the fourth line. White extends towards the corner, very good. White can also play just 2-space jump. If black blocks with a Kosumi, white can slide. This is the way to punish m4. And then if black blocks again, black becomes over concentrated, playing all those moves to surround a few points in the middle. But 3-space jump towards the corner is good too. So black here can invade right away. Then white has to jump out, black defends the corner, white plays a Kosumi, black can go down and white covers. This is one way. Or white slides, black blocks the corner, white covers. Or if black goes out, white enters the corner and then fight for the bottom side. This would be the fighting spirit variation. So black doubles up the corner. That's a bit questionable. Black can play right away at c6, but the thing is, when white slides and comes back to h4, this formation is ideal on the bottom area. It's a very thick shape. So black should consider the invasion instead. Now when black plays a double up right away, white can still play h4 in order to prevent the invasion at h3. And in this case, black will probably add another move in the corner to enclose about 15 points like that. And again, white can consider m2 slide. This is a pretty solid formation and reduces the lower right area. The jump is good too. Black is supposed to defend the corner somehow and then slide. And if black defends, white jumps again to build more and prevent the invasion at h3. So black played a double up. In this case, black wasted a move, playing m4. That's why he was supposed to play m3 directly earlier. And now white can play away. Triple approach, very good idea. Black is defending the corner. And white should actually block all the way, because this corner it's now completely isolated. And even if black plays away, white can Han and Atari here. This is giving black a bad shape, the empty triangle formation here. And later in the game, white can Kosumi, connect, and black needs another move to stay alive. That's the carpenter square. So it's pretty big to block. Well, the Shimari it's also big, but now black can get on the left side. This invasion is also possible, but black is too busy too focused on the bottom side when there are so many other interesting and big points on the board. For example, black can extend all the way to k17. That's a very large area. Then white has to approach the right side, invade the corner or slide and extend back. Then black can approach the corner again or play some move in the middle of the left side in order to have mi for a base like this. Or when white approaches here, black can connect under to the left. So both black and white should look all over the board. Black invades. Then white plays the Kosumi, that's a good move. Push and trying to connect under. Actually here, black can just go down at h2 and then he can connect either k2 or f2. So white will play a hanging connection to prevent the cutting points, and black can just attach f2 to stay connected. But then again white can block the left side. It's not such a big area to reduce the h3. I mean to invade h3 and reduce that area by black. Now here white shouldn't cut. The proper way is to play the honey on the outside, because if black cuts, white can capture the stone, and if black Atari from the outside, white just connects and kills everything inside. If black plays this Atari, then white connects up. So black will pull back, then white needs to connect. Black will try to connect under. White can separate here, but white can also allow the connection. It's really not such a big deal, and then play away. It's quite nice to connect the stones on the outside this way and go for the moyo on the left side. So cut. This cut allows the double Atari. Yeah. Atari connect. White could pull back. Then on the double Atari, white connects. Black captures a stone, and white covers. And in the end, white it's black it's over concentrated here. So, and the honey doesn't work because if you have Atari and take the stone. Yeah, and black shape it's quite ugly here. After the capture, he ended up with another over concentrated formation. So like this, for black it's quite nice to go out. Black should actually capture the stone directly. Then white needs to link under, and black can break the formation here going out between the stones, or simply jump on the left side. White became pretty thin and very low. Instead of having a strong position on the outside to go for the moyo, now white is crawling on the second line for a few points of territory. This is a little bit greedy. If white connects, black covers, Atari. This way, white can save the stones and black captures the stone in the middle. Oops, that's a misclick. But white can connect on the outside, and then if black covers like this, white has an Atari. Black of course will take the ko. White can play a ko threat, for example threatening to jump in the corner, then take back the ko. Black needs to connect. Once black connects, he's already in a very terrible shape here, making this kind of dumpling formation. Then white can take away liberties, starting with this one. Of course, black can go down and win the semi, but later on, white has more ko threats. For example, this one, black needs to play Atari, white can connect, then black needs this, and Atari from the outside. So these last few forcing moves, white will keep as ko threats. And right now, white can play away, block the left side once again. So sacrificing these stones on the bottom, it's actually a good deal for white, because black still has to play like 3 times inside, so, and those are only 8 points. And on the outside, white is drawing this nice wall, which has a lot of potential towards the left side. And that's a better deal for white, because probably the wall on the outside will be like 20 points, and giving up the 8 points on the bottom, it's quite a fine deal in this fight. So black took the ko, white plays a threat. Good for black to resist here. Actually, it's better as a threat to play Kosumi, and if black connects, white jumps in the corner. If black blocks, white doesn't lose a stone, and now take back the ko. So like this, yeah, take the ko, block, it's okay. But white lost a stone in this trade, or in this ko fight actually. And now white finally plays away. This extension is also very good. Well, it's okay to block the left side, but blocking the corner doesn't impact the corner in any way, because now black is very thick after capturing the stone. So when black comes inside, white attacks, black will run out, and white stones on the outside remain a little bit thin. So yeah, it makes sense to extend from the Shimari, and next step, block the corner. This would be ideal. Oh, black is still fighting for these small points here. The ko is no longer important, so white can just play away. These are too many slow moves for black to connect, and then white takes another big point. Then black goes Atari for one stone, white takes another big point. Then if black captures this one, white takes another big point. If black goes for another stone, surround the top. Black seems to crawl like a snail if he goes one by one to capture one or two stones. And in the meantime, white is surrounding the whole board. So this would be game over quickly. Therefore, it's no longer interesting to fight for k3. Now here, black should take right away. Because when black goes down, white can go f1 instant as a code threat later on. Okay, good. So white plays away for a large point. It's always great to have a Shimari and get both middle side extensions. That's an ideal formation. So white invades the Sansan, very modern style. In this case, white can also play the approach from the right, then slide and extend back. Because black anyway, it's a little bit limited in the top due to the middle side extension. Anyway, Sansan is fine. Then we have the double Hane Joseki, also good, and black extends to the middle of the side. Actually here, sorry, white extends to the middle. White can go up at q14 because this taking away the liberty of the 4 stones in the top can have some impact in the top area. So right now, if black plays like this, white can extract the 2 stones to create more agi and then Hane in center. And now the Moyo can grow in the top, but white is already safe on the right side, so it's very big to block the corner once again. Anyway, this middle side extension is not bad. So jump, that's a big point. White jumps out, also pretty big. Actually, for white is nice to block the left side. Makes a lot of makes the Moyo deeper. So jump in the top. So that's a bit of a desperate invasion by black, but he has to try something. With this move, h17, black is looking to use the k18 and connect under. So for white, Kosumi j16 it's an option to prevent that connection. And in this case, black can jump in the top, Hane once, and then try to run out between the groups. But in this case, white can cover, allow black leave in the top, pretty small, like this, and quite painful too, and then block the left side. So even if black damages the top area, white builds this nice Moyo. Looks like 100 points in one place, without counting, of course. Another way for white is to play the cap move. So now when black tries to connect under, white will cut. If black cuts, white captures, Atari, connect, push, and block. Even if black plays Atari here, black has to come back and protect against the capture. And now white has time to capture the stones in the top, Hane and Nobi, and it's enough. Now when black covers here, it's not Sente. White can play on the left side. I mean the block. Because even if black goes down, oh wait, in this case, white has to cover and capture the 3 stones, otherwise it's a ko. Throw in an Atari and we have a big ko fight. So white covers, Atari, Atari, and capture faster. And another option, if black descends in the top, white simply blocks, and now it's impossible for black to approach because of the self Atari. So back to the original game. And another option, if white wants to keep the corner, it's actually the Kosumi. But in this case, black will jump out. And black again can try the attach, and in this case we have this follow-up. So black is sacrificing the top stones in order to separate the one in the center, and like this also enter the Moyo. the sequence is pretty much forced. So once again, white can think about, oops, the cap move or the Kosumi in order to keep black separated, or even shoulder hit, because with the shoulder hit, black pushes and then probably turn one time and again attach to connect one way or the other. But in this case, white doesn't decide whether to cut J or L18, but just block the left side and leave the RG for later. If white cuts here, it's actually fine because black will connect above, but black is losing the territory in the top. Now after white pushes several times, just make life. So black got some kind of wall that it's completely neutral. And again, when we look on the left side, we see a lot of white potential that will probably turn into big territory. So black tries to connect under. White cuts, very good. This move doesn't work, so it's better for black to play Atari and connect. And even later, let's say white plays away, black has this Atari, then go down, then turn, and white will capture faster. So black can only get those forcing moves on the outside. So in the actual game, black goes down, and again, yeah, good push. White is faster with Liberty in the Liberty race here. So now we have Atari, Atari. Second Atari, it's actually no need. Just capture the stone in the top. Because maybe at some point white it's able to connect the stone in the top. Or if black plays another move, then white is center. White will just capture those guys in the top. But playing the second Atari, black can capture. Atari again, black connects. White has to come back, oops, to take the stone in the top. And now black feels safer with the top, the middle top group. So there's a ladder on the left side. For example, black can play this ladder breaker. Now white has to capture the top and black invades the left side. If white protects the left side, then we have the ladder. It works perfectly. So on the second Atari, black went out, alright. White captures. Oh, that's a desperate cut, it doesn't work. And also the ladder doesn't work because now when white comes out, it's Atari on the 3 stones. So black was supposed to take right away earlier. Now all black can do in the top, it's Atari like that and sacrifice the 4 stones and then cover. White is not going to connect here anymore. Because in this case, black has a net, Keima and 1 space jump. So the stones are captured. No way out. So black played a desperate cut, then white Nobi. Let's see if there are better ways here. For example, Atari, black connects, white jumps out. But okay, Nobi it's also fine. Trying to activate the edge of R17. So black has to block. And now I can play away. Those stones are captured anyway. White can just Atari. Black goes out. Push again. There are only 3 liberties for the black stones in the top. And white is already alive on the outside. So for example, when black plays this Atari, white captures. Then if black plays Atari again, white can ignore completely. Atari, Atari, and connect in the center. If black captures 2 stones, white takes 1 stone back. If black takes the eye in the top, white can play away. And only later, when the liberties are shortening, white needs to capture the 4 stones. But for now, white is fine. Plenty of liberties there. So playing honey right away is not so great, because black can play this Atari in center. And that Atari was white's privilege. White could Atari first, and then leave the position like this. Push again is nice too, because then we have Atari, so black will Nobi again. And then block the left side. So like this, the left side can become much bigger for white. in the actual game, oh, white takes and Atari, white connects. Why shouldn't connect this Atari? First of all, Atari here in center, because that's black center too. And making one eye in the top, I mean the second eye at P19, it's also good. Because if black captures 2 stones, white takes 1 back. If black Atari, white connects. So white is losing just 1 point in that exchange when giving up 2 stones to take 1 back. And now white doesn't need to play inside anymore because he already has eyes. So this is a slow move to connect. It's better to Atari and play a big point. Take back, and now black has 2 liberties, so even if black removes the eye, black needs many moves to approach there and force another response. So white can push again and again, and then Keima. Now this left side, it's already locked. And then let's see, it's black's turn. So if black goes Atari here, white connects. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties. If black plays this move, white plays away. If black approaches, there are 3 against 2. White plays away again, like jump in the middle, for example. And only when black approaches here is 2 against 2. Now white needs another move. So white could win a lot of tempo playing elsewhere. Therefore, connecting here it's more of a reflex play. Attack like this is good. Then take the 2 stones. That's a bit small, because anyway those 2 stones are captured. The thing is, if black plays the move somewhere else and white extracts 1 stone here, black can still capture the other one to stay connected. And if white connects the 2 stones and creates this 3 stones group, black is not going to play a ladder because the ladder is broken either side. There are white stones to the middle of the sides on the left and right, so black has this kind of Keima which serves as a net. So when white tries to go out here, just Atari and capture everything, and when white goes out with an empty triangle, the net works. Push, push, and capture. So there is no way for white to escape. Therefore, black doesn't need to invest another move to capture the stones because they are anyway pretty much surrounded. It's still bigger to block the side first, because if black tries to reduce on the left side with a Keima, white can still block on the 4th line and it's still enough territory to build there. Besides, white can push and cut again pretty soon. Playing this kind of move is just a way to expand the territory with a couple of extra points in that area. So now black is trying a desperate invasion. And here white did pretty well to surround the group. Then takes away the base. That looks like an interesting Tesuji, and it might work. In fact, white can play Kosumi and then slide, and then go up, play 1 Atari, go down, and it's only 1 eye. Actually, even without that Atari, it's 1 eye. This move looks a bit more sophisticated. Black can play on top of it, and then if white pulls back, let's see, still difficult for black to make 2 eyes, it seems. But like this, black will leave. So when Atari, black will come out. Can be risky. So let's see how black died on the left side. Well, with this black move at c12, it's obvious that he wants to run out in the direction of c10, so white should block first. If black blocks c13, white can pull back, but white can also push here first and then connect under one way or the other. So black doesn't have eyes yet. Black turned. Black shouldn't turn. This was a fatal mistake. Black should actually push, then white has to Nobi. Now black can push again or Keima, and it's very difficult to block this escape. So now black connects to the left side and it's fine. So black turn, white blocks, and that's also no need, because even if black pushes here and here, white is connected in the corner, and there are some Atari problems like double Atari, shortage of liberties, and now black is down to one eye. So connect, black pushed, which is another unforced error because now he's losing liberties, he's removing his own liberties. And this cut is actually very greedy. Instead of connecting, white can Atari directly. If black connects here, white takes everything. If black plays a double Atari, it's too late because he's in Atari with the 4 stones, so white captures anyway. So this would be a direct kill, which means white doesn't have to block here, should Atari directly. And also, white doesn't have to play the double Atari, even that's an available option, because in this case, black can choose whether to give the 4 stones or the 2 stones. Well, in this case, it will work anyway, but it's a much better style to play Atari from the outside and catch the 4 stones. And now the entire group will die. So black tries to make some eye shape. Again, white should go for the Atari to kill right away. Well, this empty triangle seems to kill too. Atari actually is no need, because black can still jump on the left side around c9. So here, white should just block c9. If black plays e12 to make one eye, white will remove the second eye on the left side. So the group is dead. Black doesn't even have to answer that. Should jump to the left side. Either one space jump or two space jump. Because if white goes for the capture on 2 stones, black is already alive and out. So instead of killing the entire group, white took a very small profit here. So Atari, and then connect the stone. Not important to connect that stone. It's more important to block the escape on the left side, because if black captures one stone and white pulls back, this is just a false eye. So black can have that stone. And on the left side there is no way to connect. If black plays the attach, which looks like a Tesuji, white will block, black pulls back, and white jumps towards the corner. And luckily there is only one eye. So the entire group is dead. Now black is almost out. Instead of the cut, white should play the double hane. So if black plays Atari, white connects, black captures one stone, then Atari from the outside and take the big tail in this case. And if black connects, white simply no-B. And now again, black can only make one eye on the side. But playing the cut, this gives 2 eyes. So Atari, that's the wrong Atari, it should be on the first line. But okay, that might work too. White Atari, black takes, white has to connect on the outside and black can leave. When playing this Atari, white can go down first. Now black is forced to play Atari here. Well, of course black can Atari on the outside first, white connects, but again, black has to Atari down. And now when white Atari from the outside, black makes only one eye, then pull back. And again, the entire group is dead. But if you Atari directly, white captures right away. Black captures right away, and now he can make 2 eyes. So there was another option. The last opportunity for white to kill is to extract here, go to the first line, because when you give up 2 stones, that's only 1 eye. And it's always a proverb that says you better descend or add another stone and sacrifice both. And in this case, it would work ideal. Okay, so connect with the hanging. And well, here it's better to connect solid and then play a 1 space jump in the end game. Because anyway, when you connect solid, if black cuts like this, the ladder works, so there's nothing to worry about. Now let's see the actual game. So 2 eyes, that was a lucky escape by black, and now yeah, white has to protect the corner. Let's check what happens there. So if white plays away, Atari go down, push in Sente, then Hane. If white blocks, black connects, and white has only 3 liberties. White can go down here. That's the key point. But black will also descend. And there are still 3 liberties. So when white takes the vital point, black can take another liberty on the Hane. Black even has time to connect, and then Atari. Atari capture, so that's a disaster for white, which means white needs to protect. So black managed to live in center where he was completely dead. And here the way to protect is solid or bamboo connection, but the solid move works. If black pushes and cuts, white has Atari, Atari again, and net. So there's no way out for black here. But lots of outside forcing moves. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. So better play the bamboo connection, and if black comes through, it's only 1 stone, so white can play away. Like this, white doesn't feel to play away. Black can wedge in center, and now white is forced to play the original supposed to play move. This is a bit aggressive, no need, just block here. But now, because white failed to kill the left side, the game prolongs. Here, usually Hane and Atari, but black will give up the stone in order to take the corner. So after the cut, white can pull back, and when black plays Atari here, white can counter Atari and connect under. But this one leaves the cut Agi and Ko. So for white to prevent the Ko, it's better to cut and go down. And then when black Atari, still counter Atari, and then either Atari like this, or go down also. So now white keeps connected, and well, black didn't get so much, just some thickness in the middle in center, and now black needs to jump again in the center. All right. Oh wait, I went back too much here. So black went down. Oh, I can block first. Blocking here, it's threatening to cut the 2 stones at Q8, so black might jump out or simply pull back, and then white should finally block the corner to secure. And if black goes in the corner, white can Hane and go up, and this way the 2 stones are captured on the right side. Therefore, white is connected. So block, then push, Hane Atari, that's fine, then Kosumi Tsuke, and leave in the corner. That's a good defense. Hanging connection is fine too. But now the key point here to stay alive is the 2-1 point. That's also a nice shape, the table shape in this case. This empty triangle is trying to gain an extra point, but the shape is not so great. Black doesn't need this move, it's too early. Right now, black should reduce the right side and try to build something in the middle. And white also doesn't need that move. The group is already alive as it stands. So white should play moves to reduce the center more. For example, this kind of jump. If black tries to kill the corner, he needs to play T2. Then white can double up in the 2-2 point. On the Hane, just play here. Otherwise, on this move, throw in. In fact, this might work too, because there are outside liberties. So when black destroys the eye on the outside, white can steal Atari and black can't connect. So there are 2 eyes like this. And if black plays in the corner to create the triangle that it's a dead shape, white can make another eye on the outside. So this way it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 points live. Bigger than when you play inside first. So many times it's good to let your opponent play another move. But locally, still T2 feels like the right spot. Okay, now white is completely alive. Good to ignore here and go for some points in the center. That feels a little bit deep, but now with all the jumps in the middle, should be safe. That was Sente, quite annoying. Now here, I can think about the block, because if black pushes and cuts, white has the net, and the two stones are captured, which means white is connected. In this case, it's still better to block first, and after black cuts one way or the other, let's say black cuts here, white can squeeze from the outside, and then Atari again, and then connect the stones, so it's not such a big loss in the end. That's also good. This Kosumitsuke might be a little bit risky. Better play the other one. So on the cut, Atari connect like this. Also risky, because it's not so easy to kill these stones on the right. So we gotta find a better move, the bomb. And then if black cuts, you just sacrifice one more stone. And then damage back. Like this, white lost 3 stones instead of 1. And that made the game much closer. Here, white has the clamp. And then connect. Black has to come back and protect. But then there's a big ko fight that can start. Actually, white had the option to start the ko at a9 for a long time. Especially after Han and connect here. So starting the ko doesn't lose much for white, but it can kill back the entire group. So when black captures, even if white, for example, just takes 2 stones back in the middle and loses 1 on the left side, it's a good deal for white, because now it destroys plenty of points here. So if white plays this move and black connects, white takes back the ko. Now black doesn't really have such big ko threats to fight this ko. Let's see, what can black do? Pretty much nothing. I mean, playing here, for example, to catch the bottom side, white can connect, kill the entire left, and when black cuts, white can take back some compensation. And it's still a good deal, because losing the bottom group is smaller than the left. And now white wins by a lot. So white should really start that ko. White's position is more thick. In the lower left area, in this position, white has the key point threatening the snapback. So when black plays here, just capture. Which means black needs to protect like this, or solid. Then white can push once in the corner. And on the Hane, white can force the eye. So if this happens, again we have some co-fight, or in the end, it can just be Seki. So all the points in that corner disappear. Lots of co-threats in this area too. It's better to go down, make the eye. Because when black throws in, at the end, you still need to play 2 more moves inside. Going down is wrong. Black should just capture the stone in Sente, because like this black lost another point, and then the capture at J1, it's not Sente anymore, it's going to be a co-fight. That's a desperate invasion, doesn't work. White can just take the stone on the outside. There is no future for S12, like black pushes, white blocks, black breaks here, white goes down. So that's just minus without compensation. In Japanese it's called mochikomi. That's 1 point block. Instead of going back to connect, white should push, black will block, Atari connect, and then play away. Because when black pushes here, white blocks, so it's fine. Just blocking like this, it's gote for almost 0 points. Because the territory would be the same when black pushes Q14. It's like saying pass, more or less. So now we see why this game, and the last opportunity to fight the ko It is gone now because white just decided to play the descending center. So we can see now why this game ended up by 2.5 points instead of a lot. Black can block here, and when white pushes, this is only 1 point. This way white saves the stone and then can push down in center. Yeah, it's fine to connect solid. This move, it's a complete neutral point. In this case, it's still better to try the key point on the left side. This will end up... no, this is not a sec anymore. Tuck, tuck, tuck. So black can play here actually. Oh, white can go in the corner first. And on the Hane, go down. On this move, take away the outside liberty. Tuck, tuck. It's not a sec anymore. Yeah, black is safe. So anyway, instead of playing the neutral point, white should just make an extra point at e4. And then, or block here on the left side, and black pushes, white blocks, and then fight the last go. And probably like this, it's 3.5 points. Okay, there was another point at m11. This Atari doesn't do anything. Oh, black played inside. No need. That's -1 point. Phew. Close game in the end. Anyway, the big highlight of the game was the fight on the left side where black was supposed to die all over. Enjoy the review.